Hello, this is Mr. B's fingerpicking tutorial series. I am going to be exploring 6 different styles of fingerpicking, which are going to build up your fingerpicking skills in a variety of different ways. So I hope these videos are really helpful and useful for you. If you do enjoy them, please do like and subscribe to help my channel to grow. Okay, here we go. Thank you. This is a quick recap video of lessons 1 to 4, and I want to just take a couple of minutes to go over those patterns again, those finger picking patterns, and make sure we're really comfortable with our finger picking before we move on to level 5, to lesson 5. So far we've been using our thumb and our index finger, and I just want to recap the 4 lessons we've done with those and make sure we're really competent with these 2 digits before we add anything more complicated. So let's just have a look at those 4 patterns. Now, 2 of the patterns were 2 simple arpeggios going up, and then 2 of them came down again as well. What I want to ask you to do now is take all 4 of those patterns and practice going up and down. So I didn't really want to have to do 8 images or 8 separate lessons for just thumb and index finger. So I did it in 4 lessons, but I've split it into 2 pairs basically. And what I want you to do now is develop those skills over all 4 patterns. So don't forget, you can download my images through my Dropbox account, and the link to that is in the description to the video, so you can go and download those and you can get them as JPEGs. I create all my patterns as JPEG images, so you can then either put them in a PowerPoint or a Word document or just have them on your screen as a JPEG, and you can flick through them really easily to practice the different patterns. So what I'd ask you to do now is get all 4 together and go through them one at a time and practice those 4 patterns regularly, so you're getting really competent in different ways with different chords on your finger picking. So let's start off by going through all 4 patterns with a simple up arpeggio. So we're just going to go da 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 on all 4 chords across the pattern, and we'll do it 4 times on each one. So starting with pattern 1, remember we're using our thumb and our index, so it's thumb, index, starting on the C string, C, E, G, A string. So if I do the C chord, it's C, E, G, A. Let's do that on all 4 chords. We'll do it 4 times on each one, starting with that C. And if you haven't really had a good look at the first 4 lessons yet and you're not quite sure what I'm talking about, do have a look through the first 4 lessons of my finger picking tutorials and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about with each one. So here we go, a quick up arpeggio for each pattern we've looked at so far, starting with pattern 1. So on the C, skip to the F with the added C on the top, next to the G7, back to the C. Now we're going to go to pattern 2, starts on the C again. Now it goes to the F again with the added C, and the A minor with the added C, and the G7. Now we'll go to the 3rd pattern. We're going to do the same on the C, just going up. Go to the A7 now, to the D7, and the G7. And pattern 4 now, starting with that D minor 7. And the G7. And a C. And finishing on the A minor with the added C. Okay, so that's the first part of the recap. I just want you to put all 4 patterns together, and I just want you to, you don't have to play it along with me, you can do if you like, or you can just take the images and play along at your own speed, but the key there is to just make it really nice and smooth, really nice and flowing, so that you're just really comfortably going from one chord to another with that pattern. Now let's try and do the full up and down arpeggio on each pattern. Again, going back to the image 1, the pattern 1 again, and going through the 4 patterns, this time with an up and a down, and we'll do it twice on each chord this time. So go back to pattern 1, starting on the C again. Here we go, and down, and the second one, and the F, and the G7 and the C. Pattern 2, twice to the F, to the A minor, G7, pattern 3, C, A7, D7, G7, pattern 4, D minor 7, G7, C, A minor. And there we go, so the full up and down arpeggio there. So 2 simple practice patterns you can do there, practice techniques, just practicing all 4 patterns together in a series and just practicing going up the arpeggio and then going up and down and making sure you're just really nice and smooth across both of those techniques. Now you might have noticed I've got an unusual an unusual F and A minor chord in these patterns with an added top C. And what I've done there is I've just added a top C on the A string to those chords just to stop us having a repeated note. So otherwise, for example, on the F chord we get a repeated note. You can hear it repeating. It doesn't the same on the A minor, so we add that top C just so we get the nice arpeggio effect. And if you look through some of my fingerpicking pattern videos, you'll see just those 2 chords that comes up a few times. The rest of the chords I just play as normal, but those 2 particular chords work nicely in fingerpicking terms with those added notes. So there you go. I hope that's a useful exercise for you. Do spend some time on that. A tiny bit every day really helps us become a competent player, I guess, with everything we do really, but certainly on the ukulele, short amounts of time each day will help you really improve your playing. So just keep working away on that, and next week will be lesson number 5 where we'll introduce our middle finger as well. Okay, thank you everyone, take care.